When you hear about Africa, what comes to your mind? So many things. Underdeveloped, malnutrition people living in the caves, people with no civilization. But that's not history. That's the history that the world has created for Africa, so that the rest of the world can continue to see Africa as a lens of pity. But something changed. Fundamentally, in the last 10 years, the young people are asking questions. They question global powers, they question intelligence itself, and they question our collective humanity in its entirety. Last year, we did something that's never been done before. On the continent of Africa, we bring philosophers, scientists, artists, creators, intellectuals from across Africa and our global allies in Kilifi, Kenya. We'll all live together for a month and we'll imagine what a new Africa will be. At the end of ZuAfrique 1.0, economic prosperity blueprint for Africa was given birth to. That was submitted to African Union, and we're very grateful the African Union is now looking at that document as we speak in terms of the narratives they're shaping out of Africa. But that is not enough. For us, we believe that our parents watch the world unfold and enable the world to create narratives for them that do not support them. But our generation is doing things differently. ZuAfrique was a consciousness for Africa, whatever you want to call it, the new black consciousness, the new human consciousness, because we believe that our ancestors, as the world has told you, they're not just primitive. Our ancestors are people who understand mathematics, who are philosophers, who are artists. They use the power of geometry to chart the various celestial constellations. And you read about the Dogon people of Mali, who in their time were the first people in the world to actually understand the cosmos, the Sirius A and Sirius B. And today scientists are marveling at how such people, even pre-human astronomers, can have such knowledge. At ZuAfrique, we're doing something different. We know that trust is broken. We know the rest of the world do not trust Africa. We know that when people think about development and evolution of human, Africa do not come to their mind. And so for us, we decided to create our own container. Officially, I'm welcoming you to ZuAfrique 2.0. And I'm very excited. I'm very excited because I strongly believe that Kilifi is a very special place. Kenya as a country is a very special place. It holds a very special place because every single thing coexists. As you can see in this cave, years and years back, you can see a lot of fossils, a lot of coral reefs, and you can see the twilight that is just opening. And the reason of telling the ZuAfrique 2.0 story this year is it's a new dawn. And when I say it's a new dawn, to us as Africans, we know that what the world needs to build AI super centers, the uranium, the resources that the world needs is underneath our ground in Africa. And young people in Africa, we're not like our parents. We're imagining how the world co-create and coexist with Africa. At ZuAfrique 2.0, we're looking to welcome over 120 people, young people across Africa and the rest of the world. We're all going to be living together for the next 1 month. We already have a very sacred ceremony throughout the last 1 week, and we have a lot of other individuals that will be joining us starting from today. A very special thank you to Kenya as a country, to Kilifi as a county for hosting ZuAfrique 1.0 and for hosting ZuAfrique this year, ZuAfrique 2.0. And like I said, to us we see a future where everything coexists, where the rock doesn't have to struggle with the sand and where the ocean doesn't have to struggle with the sand. A healthy ecosystem where the rest of the world reimagine what it means to live, to co-create, to co-live, and to build in Africa. A very special thank you to our donor who made ZuAfrique 2.0 happen. I would have loved to mention your name, but you've told me not to mention your name. You know who you are. The fact that you believe that ZuAfrique has to continue is a testament that the rest of the world will come when value is created. To young Africans who will be joining us at ZuAfrique 2.0 this year, I say welcome. Come with an open mind because your life is about to change. Those days are gone, where Africans sit down and the rest of the world shape the narratives and the rest of the world gives them different labels to belittle them. The new human evolution that we're going into, everything the world needs to develop what the world will want in the future, and right now, is underneath this ground in Africa. At ZuAfrique 2.0, there's something fundamental that we're challenging and we're pushing, and that is very simple. The lens at which the world see Africa in the past is gone. The lens of pity, the lens of let's go and save them and we are the savior, the lens of they're very primitive and they don't have knowledge or they're not civilized. That's not who we are. That's not our story. We look forward for the future where the rest of the world come to Africa and co-create with us. We know that there's a lot of our brothers and sisters that have not been able to create that container for the world to actually express the authentic African spirit. And that's what ZuAfrique is all about. Making the African spirit shine bright and brighter and inviting the rest of the world to come and enjoy with us. I'm excited for this year's ZuAfrique 2.0 because it's going to be amazing. Conversations that will change and push the limit of a human mind will happen. And once again, I want to say thank you to the entire global Ethereum ecosystem, to the entire ZuZalu community across the world, for all of us for pushing together what it means to live together, to co-create together, and the future of humanity. I want you to think for a moment. When you think about Africa, as an African leader, as allies, as those who would even love us, what comes to your mind? I know. What the world told you is not who Africa is. What I'm showing you and telling you right now is what Africa has always been and will continue to be. A continent full of intellectuals, full of high agency people, full of mathematicians, full of philosophers, full of intellectuals, full of people with high IQs, and full of people who understand one fundamental thing. Nobody in our ecosystem, in our cosmos, exists alone. We all exist together. And I want to use this opportunity of ZuAfrique 2.0 to also send a message of peace to the world. That may the world know peace. May the world understand that the real power we have as humans is not developing any more technology, but taking a pause to acknowledge our humanity and to see each other again. I'm inviting you, join our journey for the next 1 month at ZuAfrique 2.0. Much love to the world, much love to Africa, much love to our collective humanity. And even if true humanity do perish, may this moment remind all of us that it is possible to avoid being wiped out and to avoid calamity. Because with love, with coexistence, we all can live together and build the future of abundance for humanity. Welcome to ZuAfrique 2.0.